Evening, boys.
Evening, Sally.
Welcome to The Chatting, your local pubcast. I'm Rob.
I'm Kirk.
I'm Mark.
And I'm the other Mark. 3 pints, Sally. And what are you having?
Get me a tequila slammer.
Cheers. I'll fetch 'em over.
Evening, boys.
Evening, Rob.
Hello, Rob. Are we all right?
Yeah, all good, mate. Thank you.
Evening, Rob.
You all right, mate?
I'm all right, thanks to you.
Yeah, I'm wonderful, thank you. My faith has been restored in humanity.
Oh.
All
Yeah.
right, okay. So today, someone knocked on my door, youngish lad, and said,
Right.
is this your wallet? And I went, oh. And he went, I found it just outside your house here. I went, oh, yeah, it will be. Knowing what I'm like.
Was it, though?
Well, do you know what he said? He went, what's your name?
Really? He's
And you're only a young lad.
He's
and,
IDing you.
And I went, it's Rob. And he went, yeah, it's yours. And I thought,
Wow.
do you know what?
Yeah.
Good for you. Because, you know, some people, I mean, I would, if I knew it weren't mine, I knew very rarely do I ever take my wallet out. But when I'm going to Turkish barbers.
We know. Oh, I forgot my wallet.
But when I'm going to Turkish barbers, I have to take my wallet because they only accept cash.
Funny that. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I took my wallet and I knew.
How would you
I
like your
thought-
hair cutting? Oh, can I have a skin fade? Well, that's exactly what you're getting anyway.
Yeah.
And I thought, yeah, chances are, first time I've took my wallet out in however many months, it'll be mine. Yeah, and it were.
What if you would have said, like David somewhere, would you have gone, well, I'm keeping the wallet, I'm off and keeping
So
the money?
do they still accept old tenors then?
Yeah. I'd been to the bank beforehand. But yeah, so I thought, do you know what? That's really nice to know. I still had to do a quick check to make sure that everything was there that I thought should be there.
And do you know this guy? Is
No,
it a local
never
guy?
seen him.
Never seen
I
him
don't-
before?
Yeah, he
I've
knows
never
him.
even-
That's why I asked him his name.
Yeah. I've never
I
even
didn't know
seen
if
him
you'd sort of met him on the stage,
No,
like walking
never
dog,
even
or
seen
like
him.
just well, you've never
in my life.
seen him in your life.
No,
Oh,
young
that's
young
brilliant.
lad. Nice, that, innit?
It is.
Nice to know that there are some good
Well
people
done,
still
young lad.
around.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a bit of a surprise earlier.
All right.
A message popped up on my Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
From, you know Sue Scotland, who's one of our listeners?
Yes, indeed.
It's my dad's cousin. So we said that their kids are our cousins. Well, their cousins twice removed.
Something like that. Second cousins,
It's
something like that, yeah.
Your dad lent him his lawnmower and therefore...
Yeah, orbital sander.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually. So I didn't know that Dave, who's in, I'm doing the finger quote thing, cousin,
For the benefit of the table.
works for a printers at Manvers, and I didn't even know there were printers at Manvers. And the posters that I'd printed for this live podcast episode that we're doing in the Bowl Inn at
When
Thorpe
is it?
Hesley on
When?
the 29th of June.
What time?
At 4 p.m.
Ish.
Yeah, he sent her a photo. He was printing them off.
Really?
So Mark had gone online to Instaprint to order these.
Yes.
That had ended up at this company in Manvers that does the printing. And he sent her the picture of her printing them off. What's the chances?
We're famous. People
famous.
People are printing this
Yeah,
stuff.
we-
Look
we-
at these.
We've,
I know
we've,
these.
we've reached Wath.
That's hilarious.
What we're talking about.
I hope she kept it a secret that, I mean, actually. Yeah, because
How can she have?
Yeah,
we're
'cause it
talking about it.
it wouldn't have gone out, though. Would it, at that point?
What by the time this episode goes out that we're talking about now?
Well, this one will have.
and
yeah.
so the one before it will have.
Yeah.
No, but she hasn't seen that yet. So
She's seen it. Is she watching videos?
No, so the first time Sue saw
It's
it...
not out in the public domain yet.
Yeah, so
You
Sue
do-
saw
no,
it...
she's the only person that listens.
Yeah, but she'll have seen it before she heard it. Won't she?
Anyway, talking about surprises, on the back of that,
Oh.
I know. So me and Aina's walking down to the train station. Obviously, I live in Mexborough, so we're walking down. We have to pass the Wetherspoons.
Hold on, where are you going?
Where are we going on the train?
Yeah.
Well, it's relevant, but we're going
no,
on.
it's not. Not with you.
Well, we're going on the train anyway. Wait. No, we were going. We were going on the train. Yeah, I was just thinking.
Where were you going?
To Doncaster, I think.
Oh, right, okay.
And you got down on one knee and you asked her to renew your vows.
No. What's it matter where I'm going? I don't understand. Anyway, I'm going to Doncaster.
With you, it matters. Especially when there's a train involved.
Well, talking about, I've got a
What
train
were you
story
going to
in a bit.
Doncaster for?
To drink, I think.
Right.
Something like that. So anyway, walking down to the train station to Mexborough, and we have to pass the Witherspoons, which is a local pub to us.
Is it Witherspoons or is it Weatherspoons?
It's Weatherspoons. Everybody calls it Witherspoons.
Witherspoons,
don't they?
Wetherspoons.
Weather.
I just call it spoons.
Yeah.
Right, because I'm
Yeah.
hip and trendy and, younger.
Yeah,
Not
of
like you
course.
guys. So we're walking sort of past that. This guy comes out with
Spoons.
the spoons. Spoons. I'll say spoons because you'll keep taking. So this guy comes out. He's got some headphones on and that. I don't know him. I just looked at him because he got headphones on, type thing by himself. And he sort of took the headphones off type thing and looked my way. And he went, is it Mark? Pointing at me. And I went, yeah, it's Mark. Yeah, he says, I said, do you know me? Because I don't sort of recall you. He says,
Do you want some? Do you want some? Neil Stone Ray.
well, he could have gone that way. I mean, although he was a very friendly guy.
You didn't do that awkward conversation we talked about last week.
I am
well,
you
don't
were
know
on
me.
that train. You nicked
No.
my seat.
No.
You wouldn't move.
We didn't because I'm honest. I was like, I don't know you. I don't know you. And he says, well, I know you. You're Mark. You're from the chat in. And I went, you're joking? And he went, no. He says, I've just been listening to you in Witherspoons.
Really?
No way.
And seriously, and I went, me being me, I went like, yeah, whatever. I was like, you what? I was like, you guys. I was like, what? You what? I was,
We've got 2 listeners.
So I said, that's amazing. So I said to him, first of all, by the way, his name's Mike, right?
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike. I said, I'll do a shout out for him. And so I said, well, first of all, thank you for listening. It's brilliant. And then I were intrigued to know how he found us and stuff.
Yeah.
As in, how did you hear about us? And he said he listens to a few other podcasts and stuff. And at this moment when we were sort of getting into, because I was sort of going to fire loads of questions off to him.
What's his blood type?
I was going to get to that, exactly, Mark. And I'm going to fire loads of questions. And now, if you know Makes, but there's a Witherspoons and there's another pub to it.
There's
which
also
is
a
called-
Wetherspoons.
Yeah, a Wetherspoon. Don't you start. He's banging up with him doing it. So there's a Spoons, and across the road, literally, there's a Montague Arms, another pub.
what?
Montague Arms.
Montague Arms.
Montague Arms. Listen, I'll not tell you a story if you carry on, guys. Right, Montague Arms.
Montague Arms.
There's another pub next to Spoons, right? Right?
Called the Monty.
Whatever it's called, I don't care. But there's another pub there, and there's music going on there, which is fine.
Is that what they do? Like Louis Spence with your hands?
With hands.
Jazz hands.
Yeah. So, and there's sort of like some fire doors next to it. At the main doors, some fire sort of doors. And I was just back to...
What do fire doors do, Mark? They shake their hands?
Like that. Benefit, it's good job this video. So I'm talking to this...
Can't wait till it is.
I'm talking to Mike, because I'm intrigued to know... because I don't know him. I did ask him, do you live in Mexico?
You're very excited, Mark, aren't you?
Oh, but listen, this is how excited I was when I met him. Because I'm like, I'm thinking I'm famous here. He's going to want me autograph.
Yeah.
he didn't, by the way. And I said, where you? He said, I'm from Swinton. Oh, brilliant. At that point, these fire doors burst open from the pub next door, not the Spoons, the pub next door.
Monty's.
Montague Arms, right?
Montague Arms.
And this crowd of people come out. I'll use the word crowd very loosely. I'm doing air quotes again.
I'm going to say 3.
And I heard this voice going, "Hey, up, Mark!" And I'm like, "Who's this? Who's this?" And it's Mike. No, not this Mike. This is a different Mike.
Mike too.
Mike, who was a friend of. I was a friend of Mike Stark.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Who's
yeah.
a DJ?
Right.
Mike 1, Mike 2.
Who's a DJ? He piles out there. And your kids are there as well.
My kids?
Your kids, Kirk, yeah.
Oh,
Your
yeah,
kids
they were in Mexborough on Sunday.
Yeah, they're in the Montague Arms.
yeah, exactly. So
They were in the
burst
Montague
out.
Arms.
So me being me, I get really overwhelmed and confused when there's a crowd of people. Because Mike's going, "Hey up, Mark, oh, you're all right," and that. And then Alan's there as well, which is Kylie's stepdad. And your kids and Mike. And then, of course, there's Mike, who's just come out at Spoons. And I'm like going, what's going off here? I'm just walking to the train station on a Sunday afternoon, nice and quiet. And all these people around.
Did my kids know who you were?
Your kids know all
All
right.
right,
Yeah. So anyway, at that point, obviously, Mike didn't know who this other Mike was. 'Cause there's too many Mikes here. So I said to Mike, I shook his hand. I said, listen, thanks for listening. I'll do a shout out for you. And which of course is what I'm doing, and off he toddled off. Mark. I'm Mark. Mike. There's too many pubs and too many Mike. So Mike toddled off, which were great. So thank you, Mike, for taking
And
the
you
time
missed
out.
the train.
And then I got talking to Mike, our friend, and your kids, and I ended up going in the pub.
Are you allowed to talk to kids now?
Actually, I don't.
Has it been lifted?
I don't think that date's passed yet. So then I got dragged in the pub to Alan because then Dawn was in there. Bless her. So I got talking to Dawn because I'll do a shout out for Dawn. Got talking to Dawn, and so it was all going off. So that were my.
What amazes me.
Ian stood there wondering what the hell's going on.
I know. Yes, I know.
What amazed me more than anything is that Mike, number one,
Yes.
actually recognised you
Well,
from a cartoon character.
This is what I was going to ask.
Well,
I was waiting for him to take a breath because I wanted to say,
Hang on.
surely did you at least manage to ask him how the hell did you know it was me just by walking past you?
Good question, and I did. I missed that out because I forget stuff. I did ask him that. I said, how did you recognise me? And he went, your Christmas Day video.
Of course, the
Yeah.
Christmas video.
I mean, listen, I know Mike's listened to this going.
Still on YouTube if anyone's interested.
Mike's going to be listening to this going, you asked me loads of questions. You forgot
I'd
everything.
recognise you over Charlie Boy any day.
And, but yeah, that's where he recognised us from. And of course, there's odd pictures of us, dotted about.
There was a very
brilliant.
odd picture, but I was thinking he's clearly recognised him
know.
from his
So
cartoon character.
Our sort of, our over the moon that he recognised. You know what I mean?
That's
Literally,
brilliant. If anyone else bumps into us, if you could ask for an autograph so we can now get one up on Mark, that'd be great.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Well, that's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I've just got one thing to say before we move on to anything else.
Sounds serious.
Happy birthday, Rob.
Well, thank you very
It's
much.
quite all right. How old are you today?
I am 42.
I can't believe you've not lost count.
I honestly thought you'd all forgot.
Happy
no, I
birthday,
haven't
Rob.
forgot, mate.
I've not said happy birthday to you yet, so
No, that's very true.
happy birthday.
Well,
So
thank you, Mark.
What have you got?
Well, as you know,
Yeah.
the skydive
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
was an early birthday present.
Yeah.
So that's my main present.
That's
and
a right
actually,
cop out of a question. That,
I haven't actually opened the rest of them yet.
No.
yeah,
No.
because you get into trouble.
Yeah. So I'll be opening them later.
Will you?
Yes.
Well,
All right.
you,
Yes.
you won't be opening mine because, as you know, I don't buy you anything. I don't buy anyone anything.
I know. I've noticed.
Well, good.
Well,
But listen, you saying happy birthday to me means everything, Mark.
oh yeah, why are you smirking?
Because he knows he's not getting anything
No,
else.
he's not
I'm
gonna
not.
get. You're not going to get anything.
I know I'm
I've got a question for you. You're all iPhone users, aren't you?
yes.
Yes.
You know, on your voicemail, and you get the transcript, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
How good is it for you guys?
Brilliant.
Is it?
Yeah,
Brilliant.
very good.
Well, I'm going to read one out that I got earlier today. Now, I use it for work, so I'm not going to read too much of it because it's work specific.
Yeah.
But it's not very good on my phone, I don't think.
It's
So
not
it
very
starts
good.
off, this is how it starts. Hi, monkey. Jason's arranged coffee. Just give me a call.
And have you ever watched it? I don't know whether your silly phone does it, but have you ever had your screen unlocked and a call's gone to voicemail, and then you've looked at your screen? So you know the transcript that it leaves on the voicemail.
Yeah.
It does it live in it's on.
Well,
like,
it's absolutely
on your
useless
screen
to me because
as
it's-
it's saying it.
It doesn't
Yeah.
even mean anything when I look at my transcripts. I'm like, what on earth is that supposed to
So
be?
you're buying an iPhone,
No.
right? Okay.
I never knew that. I don't think that's ever happened.
I only noticed it the other day. Because I wondered what it almost like. Look, I thought I'd pressed on something on my phone to bring up, like song lyrics on Amazon Music when you listen to
yeah.
Amazon Music, and you can click for lyrics.
Yeah,
And it tells
yeah,
you.
Yeah, you can.
It almost looked like that. I thought, oh, what have I done? And then I realised it was somebody leaving me a voicemail, and it was like dictating it on the screen.
I mean,
Clever, innit?
I don't know if it is just me, but I genuinely feel as though I'm becoming more and more disconnected to the technology of the phones in general. Like some of the setting
It's 'cause you're
changes.
getting old.
Every time you
You're
get an
getting old.
update,
That's
trying
what
to
it
keep
is.
track of what's actually the new update.
Listen, Rob, welcome to my world. It's an age thing.
It is, and I think it's because you get to a level where you've got everything that you possibly need,
yeah.
and then you're not interested in anything else. You're like, why would I want that? It does everything I want.
I have-
but and
Sorry,
for our parents, anything more than, but you can make phone calls on it, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, apart from the people that share stuff on Facebook that aren't real and whatever. But yeah, it's
It is generally an age thing. Isn't it? Absolutely.
I have this. You are right. You're absolutely right. And there's certain things, especially how I see the kids interact with technology in general on the phones and how fast they flick between things. Or sometimes they'll see me doing something and they're like, "Why don't you just press that button?" Or "Why don't you just?" And I'm just like, "I didn't know you did
know
it,"
that.
or whatever.
Yeah.
But I have made it a thing of mine. Probably over the past, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 weeks, I've thought about it. I've seen a lot of stuff on TikTok about it, and I do want to try and utilise AI more. In
Yeah.
everyday. everyday life makes it sound a bit dramatic, but like, you know, whether it be
3 days a week.
helping me organize helping me organize my emails, or helping me organize my calendar, or
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? There's all these tools out there now that is all there for
I get
AI.
multiple reminders every day on social media, namely Instagram sort of thing, where it pops up with adverts about learning
Learning
AI,
AI, yeah.
and it'll come up with, and it shows you like 40 or 50 different AI apps
Yeah.
that are all used for different things, and you're like, I mean, I know about ChatGPT and I know about the odd one or two, but you're like, no, this is a real thing.
Yeah.
Like, there are lots of apps specifically for different tasks, like you said, arranging your calendars and blah, blah, blah. And it does make you think, I'm definitely out of touch with technology
Yeah.
when it comes to AI. And I think we do need to embrace it, don't we?
Yeah.
Well, I think, yeah, because I think we are. 3 of us are young enough.
to still be alive and breathing.
I'm still here.
We are young enough. We are still young enough in our lives to embrace this, and I think that's the difference between our generation and maybe not so much the generation above us, but the generation above them.
Yeah.
Like our grandparents and stuff like that. There was a barrier there, weren't there? There was an element of, I know it exists, but I'm not interested in learning it. I don't want to learn it, or I can't learn it. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas I think our generation is a little bit different. We're almost like, no, we can. We've still got the intelligence and the smarts to work this out.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we're in between, aren't we? Almost,
Yeah.
just sort of a little
Yeah.
bit. I mean, you're right. I mean, my son, when I'm doing stuff on my phone, I mean, going back to what Rob was saying, obviously I'm older and I do struggle with technology sometimes, particularly on phones. You know and apps and stuff, and I ain't got a clue. And like, I recently went to London with Ethan, and I'm like, I'm trying to do Google Maps, and I know what Google Maps is, and it's doing, and he's like whizzing about on phone.
Yeah.
But what is strange, and I don't know if it's a common thing, but Ethan's not very good on a computer, so he don't know anything about spreadsheets, computers, and I'm not saying all kids are like that,
All
but
right.
it's almost a lot. I mean, I don't know what your kids are like, Kirk, on a computer, phones, tablets, but they're not. I know they're computers, but they're not computers in. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, I'll be honest with you.
I
I've
don't-
never
A desktop.
I like desktop.
I've
yeah,
never
that's
seen.
probably what I should be saying.
I've never seen Scarlett or Mimi on a desktop. Noah's all right, but Noah's got an interest in that. So
Yeah.
Noah has dabbled about with a bit of coding and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So he's quite comfortable in front of a computer. But I can't.
I mean,
I can't say that I've ever seen Scarlett or Mimi in front of a computer.
What about your kids? Are they? I'm talking about desktops here.
Well, desktop, laptop, yeah. Same thing really, because people tend to have laptops more than desktops. But I know what you're saying. In that same sort of
Yeah,
way.
it's a little bit of a, like I said, my son has an iPad, and he's got his iPhone, but computers he's not great with, because he's almost like they've skipped that and gone straight to iPads, and
Yeah.
of course they're foolproof, aren't they, in a way? They're not like computers are.
They do.
You're
Use.
looking a bit confused, Rob.
Well,
You've asked me a bloody question.
I
You
know,
won't let me
I'm
answer
sorry,
it.
I'm
You
sorry.
answer.
I'm sorry.
yeah, and you finish answering.
Thank you, Rob.
Answer me.
You're
Answer me
welcome.
now. Come on.
I will. Time is of the essence for you.
He's off again. Go on.
Yeah, they both can use a laptop. Anyway, Rob.
Well, thank you.
yeah,
I'll take that off my list.
But I know what you're saying. There are things where if something doesn't work, they go like that. Dad, how did you fix this? You know, Leonie had an example the day. She was trying to get some DJ software working, and it wouldn't load up or whatever. And she was like, Dad, what do I do with this? Whereas when I was Leonie's age, I would try and find out what the problem was. Well, I would find out what the problem was, and I'd resolve it to the point where now I know what I'm doing with
Yeah.
Whereas it's just, I think it's a generational thing, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it just me, or
Yes.
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 Oh, okay. That, like, at one point, iPads were a massive thing. They became like,
Yeah, then they made the mini.
yeah,
They were a lot smaller.
they did. That's true.
Are you going to go through them all, Mark,
But
first?
we went through a stage, or maybe it's just me. We went through the stage
That's because you
of
put too
what-
much weight on.
of what
Is it me? It's you.
we started using them, but now I've just completely gone away from them now, and I'd just rather go on my MacBook.
Which I understand, right?
Yeah.
But I think it depends now what you want what its use is. So, for instance, I've got an iPad Pro,
Yeah,
and with the proper Magic Keyboard and stuff like that.
Right.
So I use mine on a daily basis.
but more like a laptop.
Well, as a laptop, or as to take notes in
A shaving
meetings,
mirror.
or whatever it is, because that's what it's built for and designed for.
Right,
Do you get what I
okay.
mean?
Yeah.
So what other use would you have for a normal iPad in your kind of life?
Yeah.
Probably very little.
Yeah.
Well,
'Cause-
you say that, but there are things, and we were talking about it the other day. Things that you won't even be aware of. The capabilities.
Yes.
Are linking them and using them as a platform to use again on your computer.
Yeah.
Like a drawing tablet.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
In Logic, you can use it as a remote, so you can do
What,
your
for-
mixing and stuff.
For TV?
Yeah.
Well, I'll get one.
Yeah, so you don't need. There's no wire attached to your TV anymore, Mark.
Really?
And you don't have to go up
when
and
did
twist.
they
you don't have to
come
go up and
out?
You don't have to go up and twist the tuners.
Little orange stick.
You'll be,
But
telling,
I bet-
you'll be
I-
telling me next the
there'll be
TVs are
something.
thin.
I bet there'll be something when you're using your video software and your photo software and
Yeah.
whatever, where you'll be able to get a colour palette up on your iPad and link it to the software.
I must admit, there is one use that I use an iPad for. It's a very old iPad from 2000.
Right, am I closing my ears here?
I don't know why. I
It
don't
depends
know.
where you're going. It depends where you're going with this.
You know what? I can't believe that you got there before any of us did.
We weren't
That is
even
unbelievable. We've
we weren't
corrupted you,
even
Mark, I
thinking
tell
that.
you.
What you dirty-minded sod. I know.
I wasn't going anywhere near any of that. I was just going to say, I've got an iPad from probably, I bet it's probably 2013, maybe. Yeah, probably around there. And I use it for my auto cue when I'm filming,
Oh,
just
yeah.
because it acts as a
yeah.
screen to for the auto cue. But again, how often do I use that? Well, not very often.
Well, we
based on
know
how
because
quick
we
I am
don't
at
see any
filming.
YouTube videos.
But
That's right.
but outside of that, I'd never pick it up and go, oh, I'll have a look at the internet on here, or I'll watch YouTube on here, or because I'll either watch it on my phone or I'll go on my desktop. Do you know what I mean? Maybe it's just me.
It is your shoe.
Did you shoot?
However, that does make me
I
think.
don't use your iPad either.
No, I'm sure you haven't.
And I wouldn't if it's 2013.
Well, that's the problem. Every time I try and download an app, it says no, you need number 13 and above or something. But that has got me thinking now that the whole is it just me?
Oh,
Like-
how surprising!
Yeah, well, it is one of them things, isn't it? Is it just me? Like, for instance,
We should put a post out on our socials.
Yeah.
Oh, you did put that post out, didn't you? Forgot about that.
Another seamless link.
Did we get any responses?
Yeah,
Have we?
yeah.
Oh, marvellous. Well, do you want to give me one? No, wait, I'll go first. So, this is an actual one for me. Is it just me,
Yes.
Yes.
or do you have to spin the blades in your washing machine before you set it off to make sure that it's clear?
The blades.
Helen. Helen.
Yeah,
he's
you
asking one of those questions.
Yeah, you won't know.
About
In your dishwasher.
In the
or your
dishwasher, you've got your blades.
dishwasher?
Do you mean your arms?
Oh, I thought you said washing
Yeah,
machine.
I thought he did. You know what? I'm going to listen to that when I edit because I swear to God he said washing machine.
Yeah, I think you.
Maybe-
I
maybe-
thought, I thought
clothes
you
up.
said washing machine.
Oh, maybe I did.
and
I
then
meant dishwasher.
you said blades. I'm like, what is
I
he
meant-
talking
I know.
about?
I was
Well,
like,
what?
blades in the washing machine.
Yeah.
I meant dishwasher.
And you mean arms?
I don't have
And
one.
if you want to call them arms, yeah,
They all
I
look-
call
they're
them
called
blades
arms.
because they spin.
But they're not blades.
All right, the arms. Do any of you spin the arms to make sure that it's clear of anything that it could catch on in the dishwasher?
I didn't even know that we'd got some of them inside our dishwasher.
You didn't even know you got a dishwasher.
I don't have a dishwasher.
Oh, okay.
I've got one, but I don't. I won't say I don't. I mean,
You spin it to see an electric.
To get a start.
Yeah.
don't be silly.
I can just see you holding
No.
door ajar.
Spins it and
spinning
shuts
it
door
manually.
and opens door. Spins it and shuts door. Just
I'm
keeps
not
spinning
that
it.
bad.
Chucking kettle water in, spinning it, shutting door.
You think I am? No, I don't.
There's bits of noodles all over his kitchen.
No, I've got to connect to a bike when I cycle next to it. and
You
it
don't
spins.
cycle anywhere, boy.
No, you're not going very fast on a penny farthing.
No, I do. I mean, occasionally I might, but okay, just to go spin.
Well, I
But you
just-
sound like you do it every time.
No, I do every
You
single
weirdo.
time.
Why?
Good,
Why?
because I've got to check to make sure it's not going to catch anything. Because if it catches it, all you're going to do is waste water and open it, and they'll not be clean. Because it won't clean them. Did you
Well, it's
seriously never use a washing machine, Mark?
Oh, he's at it again.
Dishwasher.
He don't know how you work. He
I
don't
put
know.
things in it and I take things out of it.
But you never set it off.
Ellen does all these like delayed setting things when it goes off at night.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know
Cheaper
where
electric.
I don't know where buttons are.
Well, it's the
They're
thing.
they're inside thing. You open door on the top there. And
It's the thing. I reckon there'll be loads of listeners that go, "Yeah, I
And
agree."
if you don't
I'm
do
not
it, does it?
convinced there
And you set it off. Do you go? I didn't spin it. Does it bother you?
I reckon it would bother me. I've not forgot, but I reckon it would definitely bother me.
Okay.
Does Gemma do it?
Do you?
I don't think so. No.
Let me ask you this then. While we're talking about washing machines, do you wash the clothes or does Gemma?
Is this? Are we on washing
It's not,
machines
do you
now?
want an easier question? We're talking about washing machines.
Washing machines.
Yeah. Do you wash clothes? Because if you don't, then I'll not.
Sometimes, yes.
Okay, so bearing that in mind, that's what you do with a dishwasher. With the washing machine, do you
Spin the drum.
spin the drum empty before you put clothes in?
No.
So, well, I do, but after I've emptied it.
To make sure any socks aren't stuck
yeah,
to
okay,
So I'll empty the clothes and then spin the drum to make sure there's nothing in it.
That's a logic though to that. I mean, I don't.
course,
understand.
I do it.
Yeah, well, I do that too. But I don't know. I mean, he says he spins it to make sure there's. I mean, what's he talking about? I don't know. But
Well, it's the thing. It's the thing.
Yeah, it's an
And that's why I
OCD
said,
thing.
is it just me? Obviously, clearly, it is just me.
Yeah, it is just.
So
you.
what have we got? What have we got on Facebook?
Yeah, what's some questions?
So Catherine Wade,
Okay.
I think she's from Maltby. She wrote in and she said, "I always wash my feet before getting into bed, even if I had socks on all day. No idea why. I just hate dirty feet."
I mean, I don't like dirty feet, but I normally shower at the end of the day.
I'm going to say if you're going to wash your feet, you might as well wash all your body.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then somebody replied to her, Anne Ward, and replied, "Sometimes I can't sleep if my legs or feet feel a bit ... So there I am in the shower at 2:30 a.m.
Wow.
If her feet feel what? Bit furry or?
I think a bit like leave that to your imagination.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. Ick. Maybe.
Maybe just.
Maybe.
I mean,
Although it does remind me, sorry, I know it's going out because it does remind me of. So you know the guy that's on the podcast Shag Married Annoyed,
yes.
Chris Ramsey.
Chris Ramsey, thank you. He never wipes his bum after a poo.
Really?
Yeah,
Sorry, what?
What?
yeah. He gets a shower.
Oh.
So what happens if he's in public?
He doesn't poo in public.
What
And
if,
it- what if he's at
he needs
work?
it? Well, hang on. What if he's like somebody like Mark?
I don't. he needed a shower.
He actually has to have a shower
Has to have a shower.
after he's
Okay.
been to the toilet.
Otherwise, he doesn't feel clean. He can't. He's not.
Well,
Clean,
fair
he's not,
enough.
he's
I know-
not clean enough.
I'm not going to mention him because I've not said I'd mention it, but I know somebody when they were younger, if they went to a toilet for a number 2, they had to strip completely naked.
Really?
okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. That is it just me, or is he getting
Well,
older?
no, because he does it as well.
No.
Or he used to.
Is it just me, or as you're getting older, do you tend to sit down more just for a wee?
All the
I thought you
time.
meant for a poo.
All
no,
the time.
just for a wee.
Unless I'm at a urinal. Unless I'm at a urinal.
Yeah.
If I'm at home or whatever, every time I go to the toilet, even if it's just for a wee, I will sit down.
I don't unless feel a bit
I'm a
unsteady
bit-
on my feet.
I've never. Carry on, Mark. I'm just.
I had a near miss other day though.
What, another one?
This was really funny though. If it had gone wrong, it would have been catastrophically wrong.
Where were you this time? Medwall.
I'm not saying where I was, but I legged it to the toilet, right? And I got there and seat were up, and so I was rush.
Was this a wee or a number 2?
a number 2, and
Oh
you know when you're
my
doing that thing when
days.
you're stamping your feet because you're and you're trying to undo
Yeah.
your button and everything.
Yeah.
Obviously, managed to
D-robe.
Decloth.
D-robe.
Yeah. Pulled the seat down, but I pulled the lid down with it and sat down.
Oh
And obviously, some
Yeah. I know, yeah. Your
And I
body,
sat down and I
your
went,
body just
"Oh,"
reacts.
And I looked down and I went, no! Literally jumped back up, managed to flick it back up and get back down on the seat. Oh, that was close.
Do you think we need to do a complete spin-off series of Mark and his poo adventures or something?
Well,
no.
because
it's funny,
this is like getting out of control.
I know. I keep mentioning it, but there's actually a feature on Shag Married Annoyed, which is poo stories.
Yeah.
Every
Get
time.
Mark on it.
Yeah. Every time they have a jingle and everything.
Yeah, but their stories are shit.
I'm pleasantly
Do your
surprised.
Jesus joke. Listen, I want. Sorry, go on, Rob.
I'm pleasantly surprised that it isn't just me that does that.
Well, Rob, Kirk does.
Yeah.
But I'm a bit freaked out that you
Why-
need to sit
why?
down.
Why-
because
why?
you're saying about when you get older. I mean, I've never done that ever.
I
Sit
mean,
down and have
you
a
should
wee.
literally be sitting down
Oh,
constantly.
What's the matter with you three? It's
Yeah, no, you know, if you're feeling a bit tired, you go, do you know what? I'm just going to sit down.
No,
Yeah,
no,
sometimes
I'm
you just
never
think
feeling
I've got
tired.
to aim. Then I've got to clean up afterwards. I just
Clean
sit
up?
down.
Clean up
What are you-
after. Yeah. I've only just cleaned windows and curtains.
I just
What's
see,
going on?
I see it as an excuse just sit on TikTok for a bit.
We had some like food related things that were sent in.
Okay.
We had one from Charlotte Lawson, who said, cheese and jam sandwiches usually get a raised eyebrow.
See,
So
I
I replied and I put, I'm not surprised.
Well,
It's not even the weirdest sandwich combination, she replied. Peanut butter and cucumber, ham and honey, cheese and marmite, mashed potato and cheese. I mean, mashed potato and cheese, I'd like that, I think.
Well, that's a thing.
Depends how I feel, but cheese and jam is a favourite.
Well, you commented saying what were your reply back, Mark?
You should listen, Mark.
I did. I forgot.
Is it just me or don't you listen?
No, I do listen. I forgot.
What?
What were your reply back to the?
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised. Now, if Kurt wouldn't have said that because you're going to say something that you're not surprised, are you?
I'm not. I love
'cause
cheese.
you're not-
I love cheese and jam sandwiches.
well, it's-
One of my favourite things to eat when and I know it's not quite. Well, is it a sandwich? We'll go into that debate in a minute.
it's on bread, it
But-
is.
Well, it's not. That's what I'm saying.
What? Oh, it's not on bread.
No,
it's
the-
not a sandwich then.
Is it not?
Is
So,
it, what's it on Pitta?
so, if you let me finish my story.
That's what happened
Mainly when I'm on holiday, or whatever, I don't know why, but I like to get a croissant, cut it in half, jam, butter,
Yeah.
jam, and cheese, and sometimes a bit of ham.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I mean, I'm all for the cheese and ham on a croissant.
Yeah,
Especially
well,
when
that's
they're
the
broad.
thing, yeah. But I have jam. I have jam on it.
However,
But I like
That
sweet
said-
foods. I like sweet foods.
yeah, and that said, would you not say that jam is not very similar to a chutney?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and when you think chutney and cheese, that's hand in hand, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, so that doesn't
Yeah, but
surprise me at all.
You don't get strawberry chutney, do you?
Well, no, but
Yeah, it's called jam.
Anyway.
Yeah, but hold on. I'm not even finished with that one.
Are you going to start your sentence with, is it just me?
No,
Is that what you're going to say?
Because
It's not just me.
peanut butter and cucumber.
Now that's a bit weird.
Yeah, that's one I've never heard of. But
I know.
when I think about it, I'm like, I'd try
No,
that.
I don't know. Well, listen, I'd try anything. I'd put anything in a sandwich meat. Anything. Anything.
I'm sure I've watched a documentary about food before, about weird combinations. We don't have them generally, but they do work as a flavour thing.
Yeah.
I think I've seen it. Have you not seen this? Anyway, I'm
Well,
wasting
what
my
other
time.
one?
You've not said anything yet, Mark.
No,
You're just winning.
no, but I watched.
Do you know one of my-
No, I'm sure I watched a documentary where they got two different food combinations that we normally don't have. A bit similar to what this lady's said, and they've tested it out with people who've not had it, and they've gone, well, that works.
Yeah.
But they would not naturally have it together.
Yeah.
But scientifically, they're going, well, it should work.
Yeah,
but we
because
don't
it's
eat
got
it.
it's got an element of
Yeah.
sweetness, an element
But we-
of saltiness.
But we don't have them as.
Ham and honey. Well, you get honey roasted ham, don't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
So again, I get that
Yeah.
for sure.
The just while we talk about sandwiches, because I love sandwiches. And is it a sandwich? Does it have to be in bread to be a sandwich?
No, it doesn't. Because something sandwiched is something
yeah.
sandwiched, isn't it? Something between something.
But probably one of my favorite, because I used to just eat salad cream sandwiches when I was a kid. So
Oh,
just,
yes.
so just
Yeah,
bread
I
with
would-
just salad
yeah,
cream on.
No, that's not for me. No.
But one of my
Aina does that. Yeah.
one of my favourite sandwiches is Yorkshire pudding and mashed potato sandwiches.
Yeah, you've said this before.
Yeah.
That is just mental
Yorkshire
to me.
pudding and what? Sorry.
Mashed
potato.
Mashed potato.
You should
I-
listen,
I
Mark.
do
So-
listen. He says it's quick and my brain done. Right, okay.
Yorkshire pudding and mashed potatoes and
Yeah.
lasagna sandwiches,
It-
pasta sandwiches.
Right, that's
So
weird.
it's like
Have you ever had a pasty sandwich, like a Cornish pasty sandwich?
What, in bread?
Yeah.
No, but I'm in for it.
I mean, I can't have
No.
one now, but
I mean, I don't. The whole potato and bread.
yeah,
Oh,
starch overload.
Well, you've
alright,
had chip
that-
butter.
Chip butter, yeah. But I don't know the mashed potato on a sandwich, and then
It's
a Yorkshire
gorgeous.
pudding as well.
Weird.
It's just like carbs in
And there's two
carbs in
things.
carbs.
Yeah.
There's two things. If
Heaven.
you're having mashed potatoes on bread, it's either with gravy or brown sauce.
Oh yeah, browns. Yeah, absolutely.
It just
I
finishes it off that.
once when I was younger, Rob, right? And I'm not condoning this. I'm not saying it's healthy or whatever. But when I was younger, I sat and I made my own tea, right? And I sat and you know the pouches of Smash you could get, the powder flakes
Oh yeah.
of Smash.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan, but if you put enough butter in, it's all right, butter and salt. And I made the whole pouch, right? I made the whole pouch. Made this massive bowl, like mixing bowl.
Yeah.
A mixing bowl of mashed potato, right, and just took it into the living room with a loaf of bread, and just sat.
Dipping the bread in the mash.
No, making the sandwich.
But you were
Literally
like this
putting-
one, yeah?
Yeah, yeah. Making the sandwich, putting the mash in the middle, folding the bread over.
Wow.
I used to have
Full
mash
loaf of bread.
when I was younger. Yeah, yeah.
And a full box of smash.
Anyway, I'm there's another one then. So,
Yeah.
and I'm not making this name up. So Zoe cake bread,
Yeah.
brown
okay.
toast, brown sauce on toast. It's the future. Everyone else thinks it's strange.
Do you know
Yes,
what?
Zoe.
okay.
It is.
I've never
Strange.
Strange.
I've never had that. However, if I have a bacon sandwich, I actually prefer it when it's on bread, when it's toasted.
Oh no!
I honestly, if it's on a bread cake, different. Bread cakes, I love a bacon
Sorry,
sandwich
I'm
on
going
a
to do a
bread
mark
cake.
here. Say that again.
So if I have a bacon sandwich,
Yeah,
You should listen,
if
Mark.
it's on a bread cake,
yeah.
that's different.
Yeah.
That's fine. But if it's on bread, two
Yeah.
slices of bread, I much prefer it when the bread's toasted.
Do you know something? I'm same.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I really
Yeah.
like a BLT
Yeah.
or toast.
Yeah.
It winds me up. You know, if you go to a pub or like that
Yeah.
and you order a sandwich, like a bacon sandwich or a BLT or whatever, and it comes with toast instead of bread or like
Yeah.
toasted, it really winds me
Do
up.
you know what though? If you just said to me, "How does a BLT come?" and
Yeah.
I said toasted bread with bacon, lettuce, and tomato, I would have. In
Really?
my head, that's what a BLT is. It's on toasted bread.
Even I really like a club sandwich. We all know what we mean
Yeah,
by a club
yeah.
sandwich, yeah.
They're them
Um,
chocolate biscuits.
Yeah, yeah. Rob, can you tell me what club stands for?
If you like a lot.
It's a club sandwich.
Chicken,
Well, it's
lettuce,
chicken, lettuce.
unicorns, and bacon.
You got 3 words right.
It is just chicken, lettuce, and tomato.
No, it isn't.
Chicken, lettuce,
Club.
and bacon.
So what does the U stand for?
Under
Oh.
bacon.
It is.
Is it really?
It is. Chicken lettuce under bacon.
I was
It
joking
is.
when I said that.
No, it is. It is. That's what
I
it stands
never
for.
knew that.
I
Is
never
under
knew that.
bacon like underpants? Is it like
Yeah. But
Hey, would you
even,
wear
even
it?
if I order a club sandwich,
What a club sandwich!
and normally they would come toasted, absolutely, I'd ask for it not toasted.
Right.
I can't eat
Could you imagine going to butchers? Can I have a pair of under bacons, please?
under bacon.
Well, getting back to what I was saying, back to what she was saying, is that I like brown sauce on my bacon sandwich. So technically, I am having brown sauce on toast, but I've just got bacon in it. So I absolutely can imagine having brown sauce on toast.
Bobby Late says anyone that uses cutlery for pizza or a slice of cake or a hot dog, etc. It's weird.
I agree.
I agree.
Yeah.
Maybe not a slice of cake. I would eat a slice of cake with a fork.
I would, but I'd
Yeah.
rather just pick it up.
Yeah, yeah. When he says
Unless
cutlery,
it's
does he mean a
covered
knife
in
and fork?
cream.
I mean, or
Custard. Oh, custard.
Yeah.
I love custard.
Custard.
Yeah.
I'm craving custard.
Let's have a minute for custard.
I like custard.
Flapjack and
I could
custard.
have a
I
hot
love.
tub full of custard.
Apple pie. Custard.
I don't think I
do
could
like
eat
you
after
get
I've been in
it.
it though.
Do you prefer apple pie or
Particularly
apple
not
crumble?
the minute.
I prefer apple crumble. To be fair.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, apple crumble.
But yeah, because flapjack and custard I love, and everyone thinks I'm weird for that.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had it.
And on a bit more light-hearted note, well, not really.
Swiftly moving on.
Swiftly moving on. Paul Cook, he says, "I've got Asperger's, so I do lots of strange things." Bless him. Thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for feeding back
You
to
can
us.
send us some examples.
Yeah. What about you, then, Mark? Have you got some? Is it
Well, I have, but I just can't think of them.
right? Well, I'm going to say something that really, and I don't know why it's really bothering me at the minute, and
Yeah.
it can't be just me that it's bothering. So, and I have an example. Every time I go to where I'm going to in the morning when I'm going to work,
Yeah.
we go for a meeting at a particular place, and there's a junction, and when you're approaching the junction from the inside, so you're coming down to the giveaway point of giveaway.
Yeah.
Cars that are coming across in front of you, turning into the opposite side, into the opposite lane to go back up where you've just come from, and they cut your corner off. When did that start happening?
What?
'Cause-
The junction. They're cutting over the junction.
yeah. So
Oh,
you're,
it happens
you're,
all the time.
you're just rolling up to it, and they're like, they're almost
Yeah.
going to crash into you, and you're like, what are you doing?
And it's,
You should be on that side of the road.
and it's
Yeah.
your fault. They look at you as in,
Well-
what you doing?
I'm like, it can't be just me that it's bothering.
It bothers me.
That'd bother me, mate. It's almost like lazy driving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Don't cut the
I'm
corner.
I'm not going to go a little bit further and have to do quite a steep turn. I'm just
Yeah.
going to cut across diagonally.
I mean, I'll cut the corners if I can see.
If there's
But,
nothing
but
there.
these cars obviously clearly can't see because you're pulling up to it and they can't
Yeah.
see you and they cut.
They're just doing it
don't
anyway.
cut the corner.
Well, that's
Do
like
not
getting
cut
to
the
them
corner.
painted roundabouts and going round it. Just go through it. Do you know what I mean?
I must admit, there's one of those. There's a funny roundabout.
Funny.
I'm trying to think. It is a funny one,
Yeah.
and I still don't know how you use it. And I want to say it's at Wakefield or somewhere like that. And it's a massive roundabout, and then on the outside of the roundabout is like almost like a block paved, like a
pre-roundabout.
Oh yeah.
like a block paving area around the roundabout
Yeah.
that's flush with the road.
Yeah.
Now, is that bit of the roundabout that you're not allowed to drive on, or can you?
Well, that's what I've just said. They're
You-
painted.
No,
you're
it's not
right,
painted.
no.
It's a proper roundabout.
All right.
But then there's a bit on the outside
Yeah.
of the roundabout. It's block paved.
Like block paved.
Yes, I do know what
Is
you
it
mean.
decorative, or is it you're not allowed to drive on that bit?
Well, I go straight over it. Not over the roundabout. I go over the. I go round.
I know someone who's done that before as well, don't I, Rackham?
Not naming any names, Rackham.
I'll go for it.
Yeah, no, I don't know if I've ever even seen one of them. If I'm honest.
You would have.
I'm gonna try to remember where it is. I'll take you, and I'll be like, present you the roundabout, and I'll go, right, this is the roundabout. What do you do with it? Because you do get some people that go all the way around the periphery.
Yeah.
And you get some people that go, why would I do that when?
I would say, knowing what I'm like, I wouldn't be going round it.
No.
Definitely not. Is it just me that when you
It is just you.
Yes.
you haven't heard it yet?
Well, it's pretty much-
When you're watching a film, you have to turn your soundbar up, or if you haven't got a soundbar, your TV up to a much higher volume than what you'd ever watched TV before, just because it's a film
Yeah.
and you want to feel like you're in the cinema.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
That's
I
just
wanna
reminded me
I
of something.
want to feel engrossed in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm not the only one then.
No.
Oh, that's
like
good.
watching an action film with quiet TV. It's like you're not going to
I've got
feel
another
it.
question off
I
this,
can't, I,
actually.
can't, I can't disagree with you, but the only thing I can say is I have my TV quite loud for everything.
Well, I must admit, so do I.
I don't understand. So Daisy started going through this thing at the minute where she'll be watching something on Netflix, and she'll turn the volume right down and she'll put the subtitles on.
What?
Why?
And I'm like, what are you
Oh,
doing?
no.
She's like, I like the subtitles on. I'm like, why do you want an English test while you're trying to watch it? I don't understand. For me, as soon as you switch subtitles
Yeah,
on,
you start
just
looking.
start reading the subtitles. That's it. You miss the program.
You miss reading the book.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Or
and
people-
all details gone behind the writing.
Or people that have the volume really low and almost have to make an effort to listen. I'm like, look, just turn it up. You don't have to.
Yeah.
You don't have to have that effort. It can just drift into your ears.
Yeah.
And you don't have to strain
Drift
yourself.
into-
Or is
Well-
it me though? I have got one.
Yeah.
Is it me? You've
Yes.
got to have your volumes on an even number.
Yeah.
We've mentioned this before.
Have we?
Yeah.
I think
How
you
come
guys
you
have.
remember that, but you can't remember what someone's just said?
I know.
3 seconds
we
ago.
We have spoken about that.
You have mentioned that before,
Yeah.
definitely.
Volumes.
I've got a bit of a thing,
Mark
and
talks
is
about
it
his
just me? But you
radio
know when you're listening to certain
in his
TV
car.
channels, Sky Sports are the worst. Absolute worst. You'll have your volume set, and then when it comes in with a dun, 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 the Sky Sports music, it's about 30
Really
decibels
loud,
louder
yeah.
than everything
Yeah,
else.
yeah, yeah.
And then the advert, and you turn it down.
Yeah.
Then
turn
the
it back
advert's
up.
finished, and it comes back on really quiet, and you turn it back up, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh my God.
What is, and
Hang on, I just need to. While we're talking about TVs
Is it in
and
case
stuff.
you've
I'm not
fallen
going off
asleep?
it, I'm
Oh,
still
you're
not
not?
saying.
Oh, right, okay.
Carry
Well,
on.
can I just say, Matt,
Yeah.
this is not really falls into that category, but what bugs me when what you watch, particularly films.
You
when the-
haven't watched a film.
I occasionally do. We're in black and white, last film we watched. When you watch a film and the audio starts before the visual comes on. So there'll be.
You need to stop watching dodgy
It
streams.
happens all the time in films and TV shows.
Do you mean a voiceover?
You're on
No,
about
no.
You watching
No.
Bruce Lee Enter the Dragon.
No, you'll know exactly what it happens a lot in TV programs. There'll be, like, say, sat on a train, right, and they've said something, and then camera will pan round to whatever, and then you'll hear obviously the main actor start talking, but the visual is still on the train.
Yes.
And then it might only be
It's called an L cut.
right, okay, and then literally a second later it'll cut,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
It's the most seamless way of transitioning between two
it
scenes.
frustrates the hell out of me.
Really?
Yeah. Who do I complain to about that?
Oh, see, I like it.
I hate it.
Everybody else in the world apart from you.
Well, Kirk and Mark, do you know what I'm talking about here?
I do know what you're talking
Well, when you
about.
first
but-
started talking, I thought you were talking about a lip sync error where you got sound moving.
No.
And,
You obviously clearly.
It
what's-
means,
what's-
it means it's done in a way. Correct me if I'm wrong, Rob.
I
but
know,
I'm
I
gonna
know
try
what you
and-
mean with an L cut when
Yeah.
something's happening, but it cuts away whilst they're still talking.
So it's meant to be. So it's not a sharp. It's meant to be. So it's a bit more real. That it's
Yeah.
softer,
But
softer
my
on your
tiny
eyes.
little brain's looking at a train, and there's a bloke talking. I'm still on train. What? Don't start talking.
Yeah.
Cut to because it'll cut to an
'Cause
office.
it will cut to a different, completely
It'll cut to an
different scene.
office, and
Yeah.
they're talking. I'm like, hang on a minute. That's that line. He started talking that line whilst he walked train. Then it's got.
Do you know this topic were a good idea on paper?
It frazzles my brain. It really does me head in.
What I want to ask you? What is an acceptable volume level? What is an acceptable TV volume?
I don't think there is one.
There ain't
I
one.
can't- not that I could describe. It's, you know, when you're not wincing, that's probably.
Well, I'd say I have mine when I'm watching a film 70.
Yeah, but that depends on your TV.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's 70% of the volume of the.
Yeah, but
No, not all TVs are like that.
because
they all
my-
go to 100.
No, they don't.
Yeah, but Kirk's right because my TV's on 9 and that's loud.
My TV's on
It
12.
won't turn it up
My
anymore
TV's on
because it'll
12.
use more electric.
but right there, Kirk, his is on 9.
Yeah.
Mine's on 60. There's no way that 9 is going to be similar to the 60.
But you had it on 70
Well,
before.
it
Well, 60 or
It
70.
depends what the scale is. So if his TV only goes to 10,
It won't
then yeah,
do,
his
though.
9's going to be louder than yours.
It does go to 100.
Stop just presuming. Mine doesn't go to 100.
What does it go to?
60.
Really? I'll be very shocked if it doesn't go to 100.
Okay.
I've honestly,
I don't know what I've got to say to these people
I've never
anymore.
known a
Yes,
TV
Rob, I'm
not
lying
go
to you. My
100.
TV goes to 100.
I think what you're getting, you've got to bear in mind, Rob, is you're just talking about a TV. Don't forget, most people have got TV set boxes. So I've got a TV box, a volume, and then a TV a volume. So that's going to, they're both set slightly different.
I want to know why they've even got numbers.
No, they're
Because
not
you're only
really.
saying it's what it sounds like, aren't
Yeah.
you? You're not going, oh, it's too quiet that, but that's
So
normally the number I have it on.
my Sky Glass TV downstairs, when I first got it, that had numbers,
And now it hasn't.
and now it hasn't.
They don't need numbers.
They ain't got numbers at all.
Not
It
my Sky.
doesn't- it
The
doesn't need
TV
it.
I was talking about before is one in my bedroom.
Yeah.
Which is a Samsung TV,
Yeah.
and quite an old one though. And the one I've got downstairs is Sky Glass. And when I
What
first
make
got
is
it,
what make is a Sky Glass?
ooh,
Sky, in it?
No, there'll be a manufacturer.
there
won't
is
there?
there is a manufacturer.
LG or somebody like that.
Ting Tong Hygiene
See,
from China.
I think
That's
it. I think it's. I want to say Bush, but I'm not.
Bush?
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Chuffing hell.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
Do you know what? Do you know what? I might be wrong there. I'm gonna.
You must be
Yeah,
wrong.
boy.
Acoustic
You
Solutions.
must be wrong.
Is it
That's 50
Amstrad?
quid.
Well, that's and Sky charge you 200 quid a month.
But
for
what
it.
amazes me is
It's actually
when,
really affordable, Sky Glass.
when you say, well,
It
I'm not
should be if
surprised
they
if it's a
made by
Bush TV. When you say you've got 2 different volumes on your thing,
TP
Yes.
Vision.
Who?
Whoa.
TP Vision, a Dutch company.
never heard
Never
of
heard
them.
of.
Well,
Yes.
I'm confused as to
Well-
why when you've got a set-top box that has don't you link it to your TV so
Well-
it's just all one volume?
I did, but then it then messed it up, and I contacted because you know I'm not on Sky anymore. I dumped her, so I'm on. Is it FreeSat I'm on now? So
Yeah.
I contacted FreeSat. They went, yeah, we've got a bug in program, and we're waiting to update it, so you can't link them at the moment.
Oh,
But it's been
right,
like that
okay.
for 2 years apparently.
Well, I can't help but think that if he's listening to his TV at 9, I would not be able to hear it. And I
You won't do from your house. He lives in Mexborough.
well, yeah, but I'm telling you, if I were in his room, I'd be like, you need to turn this TV up. I can't.
But I've got a
hear
sound
that.
bar as well.
He'd have to turn it up for me because it's on an odd number.
Well,
Yeah,
pick one.
absolutely. Yeah,
Exactly.
but when I go around to other people's houses, I always found myself sitting there thinking, why can't we just turn this up? It's too quiet.
Why are you going round to people's houses and watch it? Do you want to watch your own TV?
Yeah,
Well, I know, but-
they've turned it down so they can have a conversation with you.
Yeah, I know, but I'd rather watch what's on TV. It's entertaining
doing?
stuff. So I've got another one for you.
Yeah.
Is it just me
Yes.
that Ubers up after they've cut the grass?
Hoover's up.
Yeah.
What, the house?
No,
The grass.
the outside.
The grass?
Not the grass, but the patio.
It's funny you should say
What?
this because
Don't tell me he does it.
I hoovered our patio the other day. Yeah.
It's a
Hoovered
thing.
it?
Yeah.
Honestly, and so the really bugs me when you've got a grass that then back joins up to a patio,
Joins.
and you can't not get that part of the grass that's right next to the patio. But obviously, well, any of them they all spin, don't they, to some degree, and it just flicks grass all over your patio. Mess everywhere, especially when you use an edger for going around edges,
Yeah.
and it just goes everywhere.
Mine wasn't for grass. I'd been cutting some timber and I got sawdust on patio.
Right,
and I
yeah.
was trying to sweep it and I was like, it won't move.
I'm
So
gonna
I
say-
thought,
I'm gonna
I know,
say,
I'm
have
gonna
you-
get
have
Mr.
you-
Dyson on this.
Yep.
I'm going to say, have you guys not heard of a brush? I mean,
Yeah,
a garden brush.
Listen, a brush doesn't do it though. It gets.
or a garden blower.
It
I mean,
just
why are you
doesn't
using a
get in-
vacuum cleaner?
So do you use your household vacuum cleaner?
Well,
Do you
I've
have a
got
garden
Henry.
one?
and the head
Okay.
he's old, Henry.
Well, don't tell Ellen I didn't.
And Henry, Henry lives in garage.
Yeah.
And so I got him out and gave him a blast. And do you know what?
He loved it.
Unbelievable. I was like, this is amazing. How have I never used this before?
I mean, I've seen people use blowers.
Yeah.
But that only
like normal people.
But that just blows it somewhere else.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually get rid
Yeah,
of
onto
it.
somebody else's garden.
Yeah, well, no, they just around your own patio. Whereas this time I was like, well, I've done it more than once. And I'm like, this is amazing. Gets rid of all the grass that's all over your patio, even in the cracks and everywhere. It's brilliant.
Hey, Mark.
Me?
No, other one. Ask Rob what the view's like from his shed window. His brand spanking new shed that's in his back garden with lovely 3 windows in the shed.
Hey, Rob. This fantastic new shed you've got with fantastically lovely new 3 windows. What's the view like?
Well, first off, the shed's lovely.
And how nice are the
The
windows?
view not so much.
And the view out of the shed looks at a fence panel and a brick wall.
So why did you buy
7 P's, Rob?
Why did you buy it with windows?
So
Because it were cheap. Because it were cheaper than wood.
No. So ultimately, there are gaps.
I can't wait.
There are gaps where the fence doesn't quite come high enough where the windows
Why?
are.
Yeah, gives it that that prison feel.
Yeah, so you do get... the idea is that I get more light in the shed, right? And I knew,
Well, an
obviously,
inch.
I was putting
How
it
can you get light in a shed
Right,
up
listen.
against the wall?
Listen, I
I'm
knew
listening. It's not making any
I
sense.
knew I was putting the shed with glass windows against a wall and a fence. However, they're not that high. And I didn't know how high the shed came, and I didn't know how high they'd put the glass windows.
What, you didn't
And-
check this out
and-
beforehand?
Well, they made
can
it bespoke, and I said, put the glass windows as high as you can physically
like
get them.
on the roof.
Yeah, and they did. But still, it's not quite enough. It's fine.
And can you not get fence panels with windows fitted?
I'm just going to
That's what I said. That's what I said.
I'm just going to knock the wall down and cut the fence down. And then they'll be fine.
Knock
They
the
won't be
wall
there.
down?
Well, not just take the top off.
Right.
Because I won't ever be able to see because it's
That's a
behind
lot
the
of
fence.
effort. You could just put a shed that's
I mean,
no windows.
I might end up leaving the brick part, but the fence panels, I'll just cut them down. But really, it's a shed. It's not a summer house, so I'm not sitting in it. But I thought the windows would just let a bit of light in.
bit
you know?
of light, okay.
Yeah, a
But it's
very,
a lovely-
very little bit.
It's a lovely shed.
It is a
It
lovely
looks
shed.
lovely.
But yeah. Anyway, I ain't got any more. Is it just me? I'm about out.
I just can't think. I'll have to come back on it. Like,
chuffing, no, you do that every
episode 2.
time.
Yeah,
I'll come back another
Well,
week and
I
talk
do.
about
Yeah,
last
but he
week's
Yeah, but he
podcast.
will.
I will.
He
I will.
will. In about three weeks' time, he'll sit here and go, can you remember when we were talking about that
Yeah,
podcast?
I will
right.
come back.
I've got a 72 item list here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
No, you will.
I hinted at
Hyenas?
this. I hinted at this earlier. I've got a train story for you.
Oh.
So
We're nearly out of time here.
so me and Ethan went. Go on.
Where were you going?
We're going to London.
Right, okay.
So we went. Me and Ethan. We went to London. So all fine there. We came back from London. All fine. So
That's it. End of story.
sorry.
Went to London, all fine. Came back, all
I
fine.
don't
Great
believe
train
you.
story.
So we got the plan was to get the train from London back to Doncaster and then the little shuttle train, if you want to call it.
Another train.
Another train from Doncaster back to Mexborough, and I'd bought the tickets on the train while we're coming back on London because I knew we were on time. Fine. But the gap sort of thing were about 25-minute gap, you know, from getting off that train. Fine. But the train before that, I knew I wouldn't be. I knew we wouldn't be able to get it. So, sort of thought
Time-wise, a bit
time-wise,
close.
bit close. So fine. So anyway, we get us off the train from London at Doncaster, and I checked the board for the train that I booked, and I forgot what time it were. I don't know, 10:25 or whatever. And it said to Sheffield because that's where the train goes to, and we get off at Mexborough, of course. And it were a northern train service. Fine. However, I could see on the board there was another train. Northern train, and that went to Sheffield, and that was in at the station across from there. And I thought we could run and get that. So I said, well, come on, Ethan. So off we went, run across, jumped on train, and I said to Ethan, I said, make sure it's going to Mexborough, because obviously we get. He said, right, fine. So we jumped on. I said to Ethan, is it going to Mexborough? Yeah, I've checked with Guy. We sat down, doors closed. It sets off, and he goes, this train's going to Sheffield, no stops. So we're on the wrong train. So like now I'm thinking, my head first of all goes, hang on a minute, I've paid for tickets. So you know I don't like wasting money. I've paid for tickets. Now I haven't got any tickets for this train, and I now can't buy the tickets, and you run a risk of getting fined.
Yeah.
And we're going to Sheffield. And I'm like, I don't want to go to Sheffield. Does it stop at Rotherham? No, it doesn't stop at Rotherham. It just goes straight through to Sheffield.
So,
however, there is a stop at Meadowhall.
I thought Ethan had asked.
In fairness to he had, and the guy apparently said it was going to Mexborough. Now, I didn't hear that conversation. So
It's going through Mexborough, but it's not stopping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I could say it was Ethan's fault, but I guess it's my fault as well because obviously I didn't check. But we're both sat on train going. Bear in mind, we've been to London. We're tired.
Yeah.
It's late at night, and I'm like, so we got obviously conductor came down, and I'm honest. I'm like, look, we don't have the tickets. We've got wrong train. And he's like, yeah, you got a wrong train. Bad news is I don't think there's no trains and all this. I'm thinking, oh no, to play. Anyway, he's fine. So we get off at Meadowhall. There's nobody about at this time because it's like, off 10 at night. And then we have to wait. We have to then buy more tickets to then get all the way back to Mexborough.
Oh, I bet you were chuntering all the way back.
Yeah, what is
all the way back.
Well, I weren't too bad to be fair, because it were both his fault really.
I bet you were blaming Ethan though, weren't you?
Well, I were, and he were blaming me.
I knew you were blaming Ethan.
He's like, you're in charge, Dad. You're my dad. You should have sorted it out. And I went, well,
He's right.
He's
right.
Well, he did check to see if it went to Mexborough.
Well,
I can honestly just imagine you. I can imagine you eating you alive that you're on wrong train, and you're thinking, I asked you to check.
Yeah, that's exactly
and
what happened.
You came back and said, yeah, it went there.
Yeah, and he said to me, well, you should have checked, Dad. But I did the thing is because I felt like I was in a no-win situation because if I would have got one, I said to him, did you check? And he said Mexborough. I could have then got up and go, I'm going to check, but he would have got, what were you checking for, Dad? Do you not trust me? So because he's an adult, so I had to put my trust in him. So, but I'm not saying that's his fault.
I'm not doing that again.
Did you have a good time in London?
We had a great time. Yeah, we were great. Really great time. We went
And
to.
how was Meadowhall?
Well, they were closed when we got there.
What were you going to say?
We went to the Brewdog bar that me and you were
in Waterloo.
In Waterloo, yeah.
Yeah.
So that were he loved it there. That were great. So
I do have one question for you.
yes.
Did you manage to speak to your wife about this Miss?
I did about this Miss Philippines. Yes. So I've got a bit of a clarification on this. So we were talking about Sean from Barnsley, whatever her name were, right?
Yeah.
So because I said to her, why is this? What's happening here? So she says, well, the reason she can enter is because she's married to a Filipino guy. So that's why she can enter.
So you can enter through marriage.
Well, I were a bit like, hang on, that makes no sense.
So
That sounds like our immigration system, that, doesn't it?
Yeah, don't worry, Labour's going to sort it. So you also said, because the last time you gave us the update on it, you said that she's going for Miss Philippines of Mexborough.
Miss Philippines of Mexborough for this, I can't pronounce it, Mahalakea.
What?
Mahalakea.
Okay, and
Yes.
is that right? Was you correct in that information?
Yes.
So
she's representing Mexborough, or will be if she gets voted. She'll be representing Mexborough in a.
Well, no, just online. It's not. She's not going somewhere on stage.
But she's representing Mexborough in what is it? A
Some
national
sort of South
competition.
Yorkshire Eurovision Song
I don't think
Contest, is it?
I don't think it's a national thing. I don't think people in London are going, look, like we need to get Miss Philippines London winning here. I think it's just a more local up north
just
thing.
Mexborough.
No.
So she's representing Mexborough in Mexborough's competition.
No, it's like a northern type area thing. So there's a Miss. I think there's a Miss Wakefield, a Miss Sheffield, Filipina type thing.
Right,
You with me?
And she's going for Miss Mexborough.
Mexborough, that's right. So like you can vote for her from Wakefield, Miss
and then
Philippines.
when she wins, if she wins
well,
Miss
she's
Mexborough,
winning at the minute because she knows that because it's all about how many likes she gets on a photo.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you guys have already liked it. Is that right? Have you done it, Mark? Mark's glazed over. I mean, Rob's done it. He's not even got Facebook.
well, Gemma did it on my behalf.
Daisy's done it.
So if she wins, then normally that's one round. Then the next round is
this is it. It's just one round, and she wins.
Oh, brilliant!
And that's it.
Well, it sounds like she's going to win.
What do they win?
I didn't get as far as that. I don't
Tune
know.
in next week.
I think she just wins
For the third instalment.
for the benefit of doing air quotes. I think she just wins the title of that.
please.
So I have actually brought. This is something else. I've got some raffle tickets that I'm hoping that you'll get by.
How much are they?
£5 each.
How much?
Never mind how much are they. What's it for?
Well, yeah, as in, what do you win?
Yeah.
A one-way flight to Philippines.
I'm in.
Well, let me put my glasses on. I think
You
it's
get a family bonus bucket of hard chicken.
it's a return. I joke. It's a return ticket to the Philippines if
Is
you
it
win.
really?
Oh, you were being serious about going? The prize is to go to Philippines.
Yes.
Oh,
Although the second prize,
I'm
is
sure we could ship 2 for 1 ticket.
although somebody, I don't know who's done the ratio there, because the second prize is £50. So I'm not sure that ratio-wise. What should we have for? Yeah, a return flight.
You say
for,
ratio, or is that just what to expect when you
I'd be
get to
quite
the
happy with
Philippines?
Yeah.
Second prize.
I mean, he
I
said,
don't really like hard chicken.
he says here about free hotel accommodation for 2 in La Calama de Boracay. 2 nights, 3 days with buffet breakfast. I
Sounds
don't
made
know.
up. This
So,
don't look all
so,
about
so the first prize is a 3-day holiday.
Yeah, well, it does say
To the
well,
Philippines.
I'm just reading what it says off the ticket.
Well,
Yeah,
I
it's a-
believe you.
Yeah, one return ticket for
Can
the
I have a look at? Have
one return
you
ticket.
printed these yourself?
No, by all means you can look at them. Yeah.
And second prize is 50 quid.
Well, that's what it reads on there. Which I'm hoping I don't win second prize. To be fair, 'cause
And
I'll be a bit
who's
late.
hosting this? Where have they come from?
You asking me too many questions here. I don't know. I need to draft Dana in to ask
I mean,
her.
I'm in for £5. I'm in.
And what we're talking about Philippines, and I only learnt this other day. I should have known really, but in Philippines they don't have, and this is sometimes, and you guys probably know sometimes when you talk to them, they don't have words for him and her.
Right.
In the Philippines, so sometimes when I'm talking to Aina, she'll go, oh yeah, so I'm talking to him, and I'm going him. I thought, and she'll go, oh yeah, I don't mean him, I mean her, because they don't have him and her. So in Philippines, right, and again, this is what I learned the other day. So a Filipino, right, is a man, and a Filipina is a woman. So if they refer to a Filipino, they refer to a woman. That's why they don't have a he or she.
Well, that's like Spain, isn't it?
Well,
Senor-
similar, I guess.
Senor is him,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
senora
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
But the only reason I didn't know that is because you when you're talking about it, you'll go, is she Filipino or Filipino?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, but I thought that would refer to like, is he British? You know, because there's British
Yeah,
means
yeah,
male
yeah.
or female.
Yeah, yeah.
But Aina says no. When you say Filipino, it's a man, and Filipina is a woman. And
Well-
but they have no word, as in translated word for him and her.
Every day is a school
I
day.
was just about, you took the words out of my mouth.
There you go.
The other
as-
words you're going to take out of my mouth.
He's scrutinising them,
I,
Mark.
I was wondering whether the adjudicator had.
I'm just reading because it said.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, but you've not read it properly.
Oh, okay. Did I?
Yorkshire. I'm going to try and read it. Maharlika Filipino Club Grand Raffle Draw 2025. It looks to me like the main prize is 1 return ticket to the Philippines.
Okay.
Because then it says plus consolation prizes. 1 times cash prize 50 quid. 1 times cash prize 25 quid. Free hotel accommodation for 2 at La Caramella de Boracay. 2 nights, 3 days of
Boracay.
buffet breakfast, food hampers, and many more.
Oh,
So they're the
that's-
consolation prizes.
Yeah.
So
So
you
the
get
main
the free
prize-
hotel accommodation. Is that a hotel that's over here? That's a Filipino hotel, or is it a hotel over there? But you don't get the flights, but you can win the flights, but you don't get the whole hotel. If you get the hotel, you don't win the flights.
I'm getting really confused. Well, the Boracay is in
Because
the
it sounds
Philippines.
like it sounds like you get there, but you don't get back. If you do get there, you've got no hotel.
So
Yeah.
anyway, guys, are you buying tickets or not?
Yes, Mark.
yes, mate, it's for charity.
It is
I
for
don't know
charity.
if we've even asked what charity, but yes.
Yeah, it's not nothing to him. I'm not pocketing or making any money from this. I'm just trying to help Aina sell some tickets, bless her, and boost her cause. She's doing it for
Have you
charity.
finished reading, Kirk?
He's still reading. He's getting literally his small print out here.
I mean, you're right. It's a separate prize.
Yeah.
Separate
Brilliant.
prize.
So you can get flights or a hotel.
Fantastic. I'm in.
Anyway, yeah.
Shall we spin
I'll
the
support
wheel?
a charity.
Thank you all.
You're very welcome.
Try again, Rob.
Shall we spin the wheel?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Here we go. Oh, it's spinning. What's it gonna be? Oh, I'm just so excited. Come on. He's nearly there. The Wheel of Features.
So last week was plot puzzle.
Yep.
So would you like a reminder of the 5
Please.
words? So Skyfall, Resolve, Countdown, loss, miners.
Yes. And I think I remember I said Armageddon, didn't I?
You did?
And I think you two went, that were a good guess. So
Yeah.
if I'm wrong,
Yeah.
I'll be like really disappointed.
I think the miners bit's incorrect, but I think you're right.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
it was
we did-
Armageddon.
Yeah, I have got no better
I'll be amazed if it is.
answer.
It's correct. It's Armageddon. which I must admit,
That one film that you've watched.
I'm on the.
well done,
Thank
Mark.
you. I'm stunned.
It worked, but I must admit, when I was doing it last week and I was reading it out, and then you guys were like, "No, they're not miners; they're oil drillers." I sat and I thought, "Yeah, they are. They are oil drillers."
Well, why didn't you tell us?
Well, because that would have definitely given it away.
Yeah, but I was right. So
You were right, Armageddon.
Oh, well done,
Yeah,
Mark.
I am astonished by that.
That's very good. Shall we spin the wheel?
Yes.
Spin it.
I'll do it. Here we go.
Oh, what's he gonna be?
Hey!
He's challenged the chat, and I've got just the person for that, Mark. There you go, Mark.
Yes.
I feel like that, Mark.
No, other one.
I wondered what that was.
Oh. Something tells me
Okay.
this is a bit of a setup.
You stopped that with your hand, and then you moved it on.
I didn't.
They did.
Is it?
You sounded
is
like
it
Oval
car-free?
I'm not sure what it is.
What?
Well, it was. It was at one point. It did have carbs in it at one point. I don't know what it's got in it now. That in front of you is a bottle of beer that I've brewed 5 years ago. And you're going to taste it and see what it's like.
Let's do it.
I can't promise you what it's going to taste like. It's been in the
If
garage.
it's anything like the stuff I've brewed before,
Well-
it's like I've just had a wee in my mouth.
Well, I must admit, it was terrible 5 years ago. However, I figured if I just left it for a while, it might tame
Or get worse.
or get worse.
Okay.
So,
Would you like to dispense the?
I
Said
can do,
drink?
yes.
I just forgot about this. So something 5 years ago.
And you know, normally I'd just drink it, but I'm gonna only have a little bit because obviously I'm doing keto. And
Yeah.
I can't have carbs.
Well, he's getting a full pint out here.
So we'll share it. How's about that then?
How's about that then?
There's no way I'm tasting that.
I'll taste a bit.
I'll have a little bit.
It can't kill you, can it?
Wait.
Has it got fizz? Is it carbonated, Rob?
Well, that were a bit. Hey. Well,
Carbonated. Mate, can I smell the bottle? It looks like a
dark.
stout.
It's dark.
how much is
Go
he
steady,
pouring-
go
how
steady
much
with
is he
bottle
pouring-
because
how
you want to
much-
bring the sediment into it, Rob. If
How
you
much
brewed
are
it
you pouring
yourself,
out?
I'd leave it at that so you don't bring sediment through because you'll ruin the flavour. Hey, it's a good finish. It has. It smells like homebrew now. Yeah. There's a smell that you can't.
Urine.
Listeners, I don't know if any of you've ever tried homebrew or tried making your own brew. There's a distinctive smell if you can't do it very well.
It's normally called
And
germs.
it's this, and all mine smell the same when I used to make them.
I've no idea how bad
I've got a
this is gonna
feeling
taste.
it's going to taste like licorice.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. He's going in.
And I was absolutely right.
Is it? It's like licorice.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that?
In a good way, a bad
Ooh,
way.
Gosh, it smells a bit.
It's it's a failed brew, I think, Rob, which is why it tastes like it does.
Oh my god,
You can't taste licorice.
I can. Yeah. Oh wow.
It's all you can
you
taste.
don't want to taste
No,
it.
Mark said he wants to taste.
Yeah,
All
I'll
you
taste
can
it.
taste is licorice.
I'll taste it.
It's very thin in flavour.
Yeah.
Well, it smells.
What do you think it smells of?
It doesn't taste
It
bad.
smells of beer.
It doesn't taste bad. I'm not saying I'd drink a pint of it, but it's not like
Well, I've had worse.
I'll
yeah.
I'll
no,
taste it.
Drink
I'll
with the
taste
spoons.
Oh, Kirk's having a taste.
I mean, it won't be Kirk's cup of tea at all.
taste better than some crap that you put in front of me. I actually think it's all right. To be honest.
It's very,
Yeah, 'cause
very
it's-
thin though, isn't it? There's no body.
It's yes, absolutely, but it's also obviously got a bit. It's a bit sweet.
Yeah.
So obviously all that crap that you drink is all like tastes of like
Flowers.
field
I'm
and
going to hazard a
flowers
guess.
and grass and
is that,
stuff.
Is that a Woodford's?
Oh.
Do you know what? I can't remember what it is, but I don't think...
It's not Woodford's Wherry, is it?
No, it's not. No. It was... It were in a cardboard box.
A lot of them come in cardboard
are they?
boxes.
I can't remember what it was. I think it was meant to be an American red something. You know, like you get these. I don't know what it is. Some American red beer. But yeah. But
It's come out black.
Yeah, it's come out very dark, hasn't it? But that one as bad as I thought it were going to be.
No.
I thought it was going to be horrific.
Well, just nicely reminded to our listeners, that, you know, by all means, Challenge the Chat is on there. It is on there on the wheel. So if you've got any ideas for any challenges, send
It
them
doesn't
in.
have to be food or drink related. It can be us going out and doing something ridiculous.
Yeah.
It is.
Absolutely
Although I have got
anything.
one for next
I'm
time.
not getting on a train with Mark, though.
No,
I draw a
don't-
line at trains.
I don't want to get on a train with me.
I have got one for next time, but it is food related. But I'll keep that
Are you
one up
gonna
my
save
sleeve.
that one?
I'll save that one up my sleeve.
Right, brilliant. Well,
See
you next week.
boys.
See you next week.
Ta-ra.
Bye.
Thank you for your continued support with our independent podcast. Did you know that you can interact with us and other listeners on Facebook, on the Chat In Tap Room Facebook group? You can also get in touch via email, innthechat@gmail.com, and of course on any of our socials. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.